Today we're going to be predicting the main card for UFC Saudi Arabia that takes place this weekend. Let's start with the main event. Adesanya vs Imavov is a really good fight, and I think people are really underestimating Adesanya in this one. Seen loads of people going with Imavov, and don't get me wrong, I think it is hard to see Adesanya the same after losing to Strickland, Duplessis, Pereira. I know he beat Pereira after, but still. And people are kind of like counting Izzy out, saying that he's over the hill, he's not going to be bothered about this fight. I think he really cares about his record, and I don't think he's going to be one to just let Imavov do what he wants against him. So I do think it'll be a really close fight. I think Imavov's got really good boxing, especially his hooks. They're really good. If you watch that Brendan Allen fight and the Cannonier fight, he was nailing them with them hooks. He's got really good combinations too. I really like the one that he caught the Lidsey with. I think it was in the end of the second round, but he didn't manage to finish him, but still really nice. But he is going against Adesanya, and I don't know who I would back in the middleweight division for being a better striker than Adesanya, other than Anderson Silva. Obviously I know Pereira, but I kind of class him as a light heavyweight now. But in my opinion, bar Anderson Silva, maybe even with Anderson Silva, Adesanya has the best striking. So I think in this fight, you'll see it be actually quite a slow fight. I can see Adesanya trying to just pick him off. Imavov has a real weakness to leg kicks. If you watch the Cannonier fight, early in the fight, round 1, round 2, he's nailing kicks. I think he landed like 13 kicks in that fight. Don't get me wrong though, Imavov did start to counter the kicks really well. He had the read and the timing really good on them, but I don't think you'll be able to time Izzy that easy. I think Izzy will be too good at managing range, at throwing certain shots when he should, not going crazy and wild. I think he'll play it really safe, and I'm going to go Adesanya by decision. I can't see him knocking him out. I can't see him going wild and getting that knockout. Maybe in the end, like round 4 or 5, then I can see it. But I do think it'll be a real close fight. But I can't see Adesanya losing. And I can't actually see, I said it I think last week, where like with Makhachev, if you're beating Makhachev by decision, or if you're beating a fan favourite, you've just someone who's super popular, someone who's like a veteran almost, who everyone loves, and he was so good in the prime, and he still are good. You've got to destroy them, like what Strickland done to Adesanya. You can't just make it kind of close, because they'll give it to the favourite, I think. But who knows? I think Adesanya is just too clever for Imavov. I think Imavov has really good boxing, so I am excited to see the boxing exchanges. And I think especially up against the cage, Imavov can use the body hooks and his hooks to the head and even his knees to work good on Izzy. I do think he will try and wrestle. We don't see him wrestle that often, but I do think he will try and wrestle Izzy, and I think maybe he might get him down once or twice, but I think Izzy's defense will be a bit too good, and I do think Izzy will win by decision. On to the next fight, Sharabullet Magomedov vs MVP. This fight I am so excited for, but I understand Sharabullet's coming off that crazy double spinning back knockout, and MVP's MVP. I do think this could either be one of the sickest striking matches ever, or one of the most boring fights ever. I think both of them are kind of like, don't get me wrong, MVP's, like, you've seen it on TikTok everywhere, he's so good at striking. He knocks out loads of people, but they're more of like a lower level. Can't see him knocking out Sharabullet. I think though MVP is so intelligent, his fight IQ is really good, so I can definitely see, obviously Sharabullet's got one eye, so I can see MVP actually counting that. I feel like no one ever really nails into that, like Petrosian kind of did in Sharabullet's last fight, but end up getting knocked out. Where I feel like MVP, if you watch the Ian Gary fight, he's so fast. Ian Gary is, in my opinion, a better striker than Sharabullet, or a better MMA fighter than Sharabullet, and I think I do back him in the striking against Sharabullet, but he couldn't really get anywhere near MVP in the striking. MVP's too quick at coming in and out of range, and I feel like all the kicks that Sharabullah throws up, MVP's just going to be out of range, in range, out range, in range, and just keep him at bay. He's going to just constantly pick him off. I can't see a knockout to either person. Same again, I feel like it might be a bit of a snooze fest. I hope not. I'm so excited for this fight, and I love watching MVP's fight. He's one of my favourite fighters, and Sharabullah, he does so many kicks, which is amazing. His left kicks like his jab, so I'm excited to see how Sharabullah's body kicks are going to affect MVP, but I am going to go MVP by decision again. I think he's just going to be too fast for him. I think he's going to be too good at getting out of range, and I definitely can't see Sharabullah trying to take MVP down. So I am going to go MVP by decision. Now moving on to what I think might be the best fight of the night, if it goes how I'm going to predict. I think Sergey Pavlovich versus Rozenstruik has, same again kind of as MVP versus Sharabullah, either be the sickest fight, knockout in the first round, or it's kind of like, because Pavlovich is, if he starts thinking of them last two losses, obviously got kind of just outdone against Volk. Volk's reach was too good, he couldn't close the gap enough, and Volk kind of picked him off. And Rozenstruik, he is kind of like, he just won a split decision against Tai Tuivasa. I thought he did deserve to get the unanimous decision in that fight. Kind of more of like he picks you off, he loves that inside leg kick. So I think this fight, I'm going to predict a Pavlovich knockout in the first round. I think it's going to be like Ngannou versus Rozenstruik. Ngannou kind of just ran at him and destroyed him. I think Pavlovich's reach is going to be too much for Rozenstruik, and I think in that first round his pressure is going to be too much as well. I feel like if Pavlovich isn't gun shy, which I hope he's not, then he's going to just blitz him in the first round. He might not, I could get this completely wrong, but I think Pavlovich is going to go out first round pretty early too. I'm going to go like, in under 2 minutes really, and knock him out instantly, like he was doing before the Aspinall fight, when everyone was watching going, oh my god, this guy's going to knock out John Jones. So I think we're forgetting how good Pavlovich was before them last two fights, and Volk is very hard to fight. Volkov is very hard to fight, so especially like he's I think it's like 7 foot, 6'9", and Pavlovich's reach is amazing, but still when someone's that big it is hard to close the gap. And Volkov, I keep saying Volk as in Alex Volkanovski, Volkov did just, I think, beat Cyril Gane, and obviously Cyril Gane and Volkov both beat Rozenstruik. So I am going to go Pavlovich first round knockout, but if it goes past maybe like halfway the second round, I can see Rozenstruik just picking him off and getting the decision victory, maybe winning round 2 and round 3 if Sergey Pavlovich gasses out a bit. But my prediction is Sergey Pavlovich round 1 knockout. Moving on to the next fight, which is Saidin Magomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. I am so excited for this fight. I think I might be a bit different in saying that my favourite fights to watch are the lower weight classes, where flyweight and bantamweight, where they're so fast, the skill level is so high, they barely get tired, and it's just perfect technique for 3 to 5 rounds. They are my favourite fights, so I think this fight will be amazing. Saidin Magomedov is super good, he's dead high level, and obviously he's got the Dagestan, he's from Dagestan, he's got the Magomedov name. I know he's not, I don't think he's related to Khabib anyway, I know he's not one of the cousins, but he's still super high level. He just beat, well, he didn't just beat, he beat Gafarov recently, which is looking a lot better after he just destroyed Nakamura, in the recent UFC 311. So that victory's looking a lot better. But Vinicius Oliveira, if you haven't, I imagine everyone has seen it, but that knockout against Sopai was so good. That was my favourite knockout for last year. I think I've done a TikTok video on it. Like, that is my absolute favourite knockout. It was so good. That knee was perfectly timed. And if you watch Vinicius Oliveira, 2 things. He's got crazy knockout power, and he's a showboat. I love how much he showboats in front of the opponent, and I think if he tags Said Nurmagomedov, if you watch Nurmagomedov's performance versus Joseph Martinez was kind of tagging him in the striking a lot, and then obviously he then shoot for the takedown or clinch, where I think that's going to be very similar in this fight. However, Vinicius Oliveira, he gets taken down a lot. If you watch his fights against Sopai, he got taken down loads. I think he was losing. In my opinion, he lost the first round, definitely. I can't quite remember the second round. I think he lost that one too. And then he obviously gets the crazy knockout when Sopai gets tired. Ricky Simone got him down. Obviously, Sopai held him down a lot better than Ricky Simone, but still, I know Ricky Simone's got that big double leg, and he did actually hit it a lot on Oliveira. But both of them, Sopai and Ricky Simone, in my opinion, Nurmagomedov's way better than both of them. Sopai, I do think, has a really high ceiling, but at the moment, definitely think Said Nurmagomedov's better than them. So I can either see two things here. I am going to go with the Said Nurmagomedov by submission or decision. He's got a nasty guillotine, absolute nasty guillotine. But I can't really see Oliveira shooting for that many takedowns, leaving his neck that exposed. Maybe what I can predict though for a guillotine, because I don't think Oliveira will shoot that much, but when he's wrestling up, that's when I can see Said not locking in that guillotine and maybe getting the finish. Oliveira's jit, obviously he's from Brazil, so you're born with good jit, but his grappling is pretty good off his back. He's got nice submissions, but he gets taken down far too easy for me. I know Nurmagomedov isn't necessarily this big, heavy grappler that is going to take you down 20 times like Merab, but I can see Nurmagomedov getting loads of takedowns in this fight, and I can see him holding him down too. So with that, I am going to predict Nurmagomedov by decision. Don't get me wrong, I do think Oliveira can knock him out easily. He's got nasty power in his hands as well, and I think it'll be a sick fight, and I am very excited for it. Now moving on to the last fight, Mohamed Navov versus Can Ofli. So I think this fight, it will be a bit of a grappling match. I think, don't get me wrong, Navov has pretty good striking. Obviously he beat Nathaniel Wood, there was a lot of cheating in that, but he did just get choked out by Felipe Santos. So I do think Ofli will try and get the takedowns, try and get the sub, but I don't think he'll have the capabilities to do it. He did just get beaten his last fight, knockout, and I think he did lose on the Dana White Contender Series as well, which it must have been a sick fight because you don't normally get contracts when you lose, but you never know, that might mean it's going to be a sick fight. But Navov, I think his striking will be too much. I think his takedown defense will be too good, and I'm going to go Navov by decision. Overall, there's my predictions. I'm going Adesanya by decision, MVP by decision, Sergey Pavlovich by knockout, Said Nurmagomedov by submission or decision, but I am edging more to decision, and Navov by decision. I think Navov could knock him out too, or TKO him, but I am going to go decision on 4, and Pavlovich obviously needs to get the 1 knockout. I hope it's not the case where every fight goes to decision, because we obviously want to see knockouts or submissions, but that is my predictions. Let me know in the comments what your predictions are. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later.